Hi guys, welcome to Relax and Paint. So I was thinking, what is a fun, relaxing thing to do this morning while you wake up instead of watching news or whatever's going in the turmoil of the world today, maybe even in your family. I've had some recent situations where I'd like to just breathe and put it out of my mind for a little bit. So, guess what's really good for that? Painting. Okay. So, the biggest blessing I think I've ever heard is when people say that I give them an out from things that are going wrong, or I give them hope that they might could do something they never thought they could. Or this little boy who said about his little 10-year-old sister, maybe she was 12 and he was 8, something like that. He said, Miss Donna, you took a key and opened up my sister's brain, and she can do beautiful things she never could do before. Isn't that sweet? So sometimes when I'm creating, nothing's looking good. That's usually when I'm under pressure to make things happen. To create something new that I have to do that day. So what I want Relax and Paint to be for you is I'm going to learn a stroke today. I'm going to maybe do this stroke that I've seen before, but Donna's going to say something today that I know is going to send a light bulb off that says, like somebody told me last night, wow, you would have saved me a lot of time if you gave me that hint a few weeks ago. So I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to have stressless strokes now, not waiting for, oh, why didn't she say that before? Okay. So just remember to breathe. Sometimes when people are practicing, they forget to breathe. It's cleansing. Take your fingers and drop them to the sides of you and just take a deep breath. All right. So I know some people say, you should talk louder. I can't hear you. Well, Relax and Paint is to relax, go slower than I usually go, and just stroke a flower with me. So maybe it's at the end of the day. Maybe you're just watching today, and when you're woken up and you just want to see what I'm doing today. So let's get started. So I'm going to do a blue realistic hydrangea. I know I've done hydrangeas before, but I just want to show you how pretty just a regular, ordinary blue hydrangea could be, okay, with a big leaf. So I'm going to go to my overhead camera, and here we are. Okay, so just get right up there. And then my palette, I have some citrus green, some sap green, some white, wicker white, medium blue, and cobalt blue. And these are all multi-surface colors. Now, multi-surface, FolkArt multi-surface colors are, you can tell by the lid, glass, metal, wood, ceramic, just a multitude. I even showed some flowers on fabric doing hydrangeas. Now, this is scrapbooking paper, just a piece of my scrapbooking paper I used to have. All right. And then I'm going to use my signature brushes. I'm using the 3/4 right now. And I am going to, I've been painting, so I'm going to pull out, I have a 12 and I have a 16. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to decide where I'm going to put this large flower. And so here's the flower. I'm going to base coat it in, and I want it big, like the size of the palm of my hand. Okay, so let's go all the way around and put in that blue. Now I'm going to come in here as I'm doing this. I'm going to pick up some white. This is a medium blue, and then I'm going to do some white. So I usually start at the dark first and then lighten it, but I wanted you to see that as we have this wet paint here and both colors on the brush, Okay, I'm going to make back and forth into the wet blue, medium blue. Okay, and I'm going to then pick up the cobalt blue. Okay, and I'm going to make this kind of come around like a moon shape coming all the way around here. Okay, all the way around. So I don't want the outside to be smooth. You want rough little edges. Okay. Now, one thing that I'd like to share with you that's kind of fun, and I don't know if you've seen me do this before, but I'm going to wipe this off. I keep coming over here and wipe it on the paper towel. All right. So I'm going to come in here and add some blue back in. This is that medium blue without the white. Okay. Little medium blue in here. And transition into, see how that shading's going? So now if I add some white back in here, I think I've done this with different colors before, so I'm just going to show you this because what I want you to see is now I can take my medium blue and side stroke white. Okay, side stroke white, and I'm going to come in here and do some little teeny pushing out little petals. So I'm going to come down so you can see that a little better, okay? So I keep getting white and then I push, 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 and they're not exactly perfect strokes. You see that? I'm not doing 5 petals. Actually, hydrangea has 4 petals, okay? Now, this is just showing you that you can get some movement in there a little bit. But if I take cobalt and I come over here, I can come over into the darker blue. And I can use a smaller brush, actually. Lots of times I've used an 8 or a 6 and do little teeny petals. Okay. All right, so isn't that kind of fun? Now you're getting the illusion of the hydrangea, and let me go ahead and put a little bit of a leaf on here. Now I'm just wiping the brush, but I'm going to still have that blue in the brush, and I'm going to put out just a little bit of floating medium. All right, floating medium. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of that in there, make this a citrus green with some sap on the outside edge. Now look what you can do. I can add some cobalt in there, and I can add a little bit of white into the citrus, okay? A little bit of cobalt, and it kind of gives you this cool look when we start doing it on here. So I'm going to come here right next to that hydrangea and do a large leaf. Okay, see the blue in here? All right, so it has a little bit of goop in there, but I'm just going to pull the stem in here. Now look, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to add a little bit of medium. Oh, a little bit of medium. And so sometimes, look at this. I'm just going to work the medium into the dark green, okay? Little bit there. Little bit there. And pull that stem in like this. And then we're going to pull a couple little leaves. Okay, oops, I'm off the screen. All right, let me do this again. Are you relaxed? Now, doesn't that look kind of fun? All right, so see the blue comes through on this. See the blue? Kind of makes it nice. I'm going to put a little cluster down here. Then I can go back to the 12 where I was doing the blue, And I can just slip, slap, slip, slap a little bit with some light blue, and maybe a little bit over here. Slip, slap, slip, slap, slip, slap, slip, slap. Okay, so I can come in with some little bit, watch this, little bit of citrus green. Okay, a little bit of that citrus green in here. Actually, we could have added a little bit in here. All right, and then a little bit of white. What do you think? It's looking like something. I love to do these little hydrangeas. A friend of mine, Chris, does them on books. She takes old books and base coats the hardback book with a color, and then she puts hydrangeas on it, and they're just so fun as a surface you might have around the house. Okay, so now see, I'm making some of this loose. See how nice it looks when you loosen up the edges? Okay, little bit. So I don't want any defined tight edge. Can you see that? So doesn't it make it nice when I just come in here? Little tap, tap, tap on the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit. You'll see how easy that was? So now I'm gonna just go back in to my puddle of paint here, and I'm gonna make it kind of thin with floating medium. And then I'm gonna come in here. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more, maybe even a little bit of white. Oops. That's got a lot of paint. Oh my gosh. Tell me to move it up. All right. So now we can just do dark green. Or we can get a little small brush. This is a 12. All right. I'm going to come over here a little bit. Let's get more sap green. And see, I pulled some of that blue, which is kind of nice. Let's go back over this a little bit. I got too white on that, so we pull a stem in. All right, now I am going to just grab a small brush, and I'm just going to pick up cobalt. This is kind of fun. I want you to see that we can come right in here with our 6. And I'm just picking up the cobalt blue. I can even add a little bit of medium. 1, 2, 3, and pull the stems into that. Isn't that funny how you're adding more, but it looks lighter because we are adding these little leaves. So I was doing a model home once, and the builder said, he's standing there. I didn't know he was standing behind me watching me do one of the models, and he had painting in the model. And he goes, every time I watch you stroke, I'm thinking, oh, she's done. And then you add more. And then I think you're done. And then you add more. And I think that is enough. It's going to get too busy. But every time you add, it got lighter and lighter. Have you ever felt that way? Because I have a hard time of not overdoing it. Okay, now look at that on that green stripe background. Isn't that fun? You can take, if you want, let's see if I liner here. You can take and put little citrus little citrus green little dots here and there, or not. You can do that if you want. It can sometimes adds to it. But what I do want to do is take a brush and make it inky with water, not with medium. I know that medium's rolling over here, but I dip this 2 script liner into water, and then I'm making it inky, and then I'm rolling, and I don't want it pasty, and I don't want it like water. Are you liking it so far? I challenge you guys to paint one. All right, see my little finger? My finger's taking me around. I got to be right on the tip of this brush. All right, and then we're going to do these tendrils or curlicues. And I pull them, look, I pull it from here, and my little finger's making the circles. Okay, and then my finger helps me keep it steady. And if you don't feel comfortable doing all the tendrils, you can come right here and just wiggle out. Did you see that? Wiggle out without making loops. Okay, and also I sign it by doing all downward strokes. It's easier if you don't have R's, and I have R's in my last name, so I just do Donna. All right, so was that fun? A pretty blue hydrangea ready for Mother's Day, or somebody's birthday card, or who knows, right? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this morning. I enjoyed it, just being with you, knowing you're out there watching. Thank you, and I love your comments. Keep on posting what you want to see. See you next time.